Hello everyone. I just want to show you this presentation, what we do at community. As we're looking after threatened species and controlling cats, they are running away. And I'm Kiwirrkurra IPA Ranger, and my name is Jody. This is my mom, Tjukurrpa, and this Ranger Coordinator, Ed. Cats are the big problem. They all eat native wildlife, and like that one photo on top, cats going into Bilby barrow, and another one the same, and one in the middle, cat caught a Great Desert Skink on an IPA land and found inside the cat's stomach. That cat been eating Great Desert Skink. We're gonna tell you that how we control cats in a traditional way, hunting.
Yarana midula, new one, Majano. One alana boa. One alana baranja. Right inside. Jan pink and alana baranja and boar bin. One a tail of an Cardina Jura. Worry. Jaro. Now I have a cooler and not on the cook on the garden.
Why we hunt them? Because we're connection to country and teaching our younger generation how to track, cook kabala, good meat. We are protecting two main threatened species, Bilby and Ninu, and Great Desert Skink, Tjalapa. Why we protect them? Because our Tjukurrpa ends through that one picture there, Kiwirrkurra, is a Ninu dreaming. Ninu coming from east, Bilby area, Bilby, and coming to Kiwirrkurra, looking for the hole where to go in. That's why it's a Ninu dreaming. And change into Bilby tribe, my tribe. That's why we got Bilbys around in our country. And that other painting, Tjalapa painting, is painted by John T. West. Why we protect them is Tjukurrpa, dreaming, and this is a song line of blue tongue getting jealous for Tjalapa, Desert Skink, and this, because Tjalapa had a pretty skin, face, good looking, and that's why Lunka, the blue tongue, got jealous, because he had a big head, ugly face, and a black nose. Other ways we protect threatened species by fire breaks. We don't make a big fire. We make a small amount of fire around, and we save more spinifex on the side to protect from the cat. And for the food, bush food, to regrow for animals, plants. Yeah. Otherwise, we protect them from cats' two-way signs. They are running away. We do tracking skill, and We see for the fresh track, we start walking. Old track, we leave it. And picture here, we technology way, we use cameras, DNA, and iPad doing monitoring, even taking expert trackers, and see inside the cat's guts what they've been eating. Teaching others about cat hunting. Rangers from Nyangmara, Paralula, Kuniandi, Ngurara, and Walunguru have all come to learn from us cat hunting. This one picture here, that one. Paralula and Nyangmara came to our country, so we teach them our traditional way hunting. All day we've been tracking until we got it afternoon.
And then, this other photo, which unfortunately these ladies weren't on, we went up to Guniandi country near Fitzroy Crossing, and when we went to check out one of their Bilby holes, we actually saw a cat run out from underneath this car, and so the old ladies we had got to work, managed to catch the cat pretty quickly, and everyone was really happy because they got to have a good feed, but also look after the Bilby that was sitting there, been proud by this cat.
This is the result from cat hunting. It's a last year map. And red dots are Bilby size, and black crosses the where we caught a cat. And we caught over 200 cats in 7 years.
So thanks for that, Jodie. That was amazing. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about more of the boring stuff. And so on Kiwirrkurra IPA, what we use as indicator species are these Bilby and Tjalapa to show how effective the traditional management through fire and feral cat control is going. And we're kind of finding that it's doing really well. So as you can see in this graph above, Tjalapa sites are getting bigger and bigger every year, more and more we find in our surveys. What's actually really interesting about this graph is before Jodie talked about the importance of fire control, making sure there's old growth habitat to protect these threatened species. And what you can see in the site 3, the grey bar, that's an area where fire went through recently. So obviously the Great Desert Skink population isn't surviving anywhere near as well as the other 2 sites where we've done really big efforts to make sure that that old growth habitat is protected and there's bush foods coming up around it. So it's really important, that fire work. And so that kind of links into this next slide, which talks about how on Kiwirrkurra, around Kiwirrkurra community specifically, the fire patterns are pretty similar to what they used to be when people were still living on country. So a study done by Burrows on Kiwirrkurra IPA found that in the 1950s, when people were still living on country, using this old aerial imagery, that the average fire size was around 64 hectares. These days, around Kiwirrkurra community, it's only gone up a little bit to around 125 hectares because of constant people on country managing it, looking after it, hunting, all that kind of stuff. And while it is an increase compared to other areas on Kiwirrkurra IPA, nowhere near as much, where, in these unmanaged areas, it's around 4,000 hectares on average fire size. And so on top of this really important fire work, the traditional hunting has actually been found to be effective as well in this paper, done by Jodie and Rach here, and also John T and Kate, who couldn't make it. And so what it found was that at these hunting zones, the cat detections were a lot less likely than in non-hunting zones. And in areas with cat hunting and intensive fire management, the Bilby populations were persisting, while in other areas they've kind of disappeared. However, unfortunately, these Bilby populations aren't growing fast enough for us to fight against extinction, and we're looking to do more in these non-hunting remote zones. This is kind of backed up by this DNA analysis that we've done for a few years, thanks to DBCA for supporting that. So from last year, we found that from 100 scats that we collected from 2 different sites, we only detected 17 bilbies. And from these 17 bilbies, only 4 of them we detected before. So while there are new bilbies coming up, we can tell that we are losing bilbies to predators like foxes and cats, and this makes the population still really small and vulnerable to extinction. And so this kind of links into what we hope to do in the future. So like we've kind of said, cat control around community is really good. It's really strong, but we're not very good at controlling foxes, and we don't do enough in Kiwirrkurra IPA is massive, 43,000 square kilometres. We don't do enough in other places where threatened species are. So we're hoping to start poison baiting in these remote areas where people don't hunt cats, so it doesn't hurt foxes or people or whatever. And we're looking to start trialling with 1080 using Eradicate and aerial baiting over the next few years. And while this is a cat conference, like I said, we're looking into more methods for controlling foxes, so if you know anything, just come up and let us know. It'd be great. Thank you very much.